Good morning and welcome to Bloomfield Auctions virtual viewing. Today's Monday the 17th of August, so we're virtual viewing today for Tuesday the 18th of August, tomorrow night. Rock on, Tommy. So, a few shout outs this morning. We have a shout out for Susan, the lovely, sexy Susan from Lurgan. Susan is I'm trying to think of the word. She loves fine champagne. Now, when I say champagne, I'm not talking about Bollinger or Moet and all that. It's the Lurgan champagne we all know as Buckfast. She is an absolute connoisseur, that's what she is. She's a connoisseur of the Lurgan champagne. Good morning, Susan. Big shout out to Johnny McKittrick. Johnny, how are you, mate? Hope you're well and sober this morning. Good to see you, and sorry for and young Craig. The two of them were fighting over themselves, they're going to mention this morning. So here's me, I'll mention the two of them. God almighty. And yes, your two photographs are on the way to you. So, this week, plenty in this week again, folks. We have a mix of antique furniture and modern furniture. With a nice Victorian, small version of the dumbwaiters. So this would have sat in a dining room, a nice Victorian or Edwardian house, with all the relevant cutlery and trays and things like that on it. It needs a wee bit of repair now in the gallery of it. But I mean, it's going to sell for about £60 to £80. Then I mentioned we'll have modern furniture in this week with a nice sort of mahogany stroke walnut style sideboard, mint condition. You go and buy that in one of the modern shops, you're going to pay a couple of £100 for that. You know, at auction you're probably going to pay £30, £50. You know, so anybody looking for the first time buy, looking to add to their existing home, want the modern pieces, not just the antique pieces, you know, it's worth visiting our auctions. It certainly is worth visiting Bloomfield Auctions for. Very popular these days, these monks benches. They go into any modern house as well as the old house. Perfect for a hallway, an alcove. People are decorating them up, put them in the bedroom. You know, it's a multifunctional piece of furniture and very popular these days as well. We have an Edwardian shaving mirror. Now, obviously, not as, you know, that's back in the day when you would have had your jug and your basin for shaving. So not so much use now in the bathrooms as a shaving mirror. But even for a lady, that's absolutely perfect in the bedroom and so forth for doing a bit of makeup. Or I said lady, even for the gents doing the makeup. I mean, if you've seen the makeup my cameraman's wearing this morning, I'm telling you, Dame Ed and Everett wouldn't have a look in. But more like May McFedridge. Anyway, we're coming along. A lot of the military stuff we sell are the big shells and so forth. Now, once again, people are using these for different reasons. People are using these now as stick stands, umbrella stands in the hallways. It's just having a bit of imagination sometimes when you come to an auction and you think, well, what could that be used as, or what could that be used as? And with a wee bit of imagination, it's amazing what you can actually find and think how you could use it in your home. So, you know, that's what it's all about sometimes coming to auction. As you know, we sell a lot of Royal Ulster Constabulary stuff on a weekly basis. We have a Royal Ulster Constabulary manual. This is number manual 2. So it would have give different legislation. There's the likes of civil emergencies legislation there, special powers, part 6, different volumes of this. That's going to sell for about £20 to £40 for the RUC manual. We all remember the day when we had scale electrics ourselves. Scale electrics is very much back in fashion now. You go on most of the online sites, I mean, you pay a fortune for some of this stuff now. We have a number of weapons in this week. We have a George V, we have a George V sword, basket hilt, nice brown leather sheath, great condition, going to sell for £100 to £200. So there's a wide range of items in again this week, which is great, and people love to see it. One of the other popular things this week that people are doing up for their gardens or as a seat even is these milk churns. I've seen these turned into bar stools and bar seats. I've seen these decorated up and back into their former glory as milk churns. It's a real nice project, and it's nice to see them being used and upcycled and restored and things like that. Last week we had a big collection of oil lamps in, as you know. Well, that same gentleman's collection has extended into finger lamps this week. I'll be just coming along the table there. We have a good selection of finger lamps in this week that a lot of the oil lamp collectors will like themselves. Excuse me, sorry. Frog in the throat. In fact, it's not the cameraman's perfume. It's absolutely horrible. And then we have a good range of modern and antique art. Once again, as the cameraman just cleans along the art there that we're having this week as well, please. What perfume are you wearing? Jeez. So we'll go up to the cabinets now. We'll take a few things out of the cabinets, give you an idea of what's in this week as well. We've got a lot of our usual military stuff there. A lot of Masonic jewels in this week. various and some silver ones, no gold ones unfortunately, but some silver Masonic jewels. Masonic jewels are very, very collectible. We have one guy's Royal Navy collection at the bottom there to include a lot of postcards there from the Second World War. I think a nice collection. Huge amount of jewellery, both costume and silver jewellery. Something to suit all tastes and all manners. Some silverware as well, as you can see. We have our usual coins and banknotes and a good vast array of jewellery as usual. Good selection of jewellery. But I'm going to take us behind the counter now for a wee sneak preview of some of the pieces that I want to highlight this week that I think are really quite nice and should be highlighted, to be honest with you. So the first piece is a silver matchbox holder, really well decorated. I think I've dated this round to early 1900s. Lovely stag here in the front, lovely detail in this matchbox holder. And you can see there just where the matchbox sits. That's going to sell for £30 to £50, but beautiful detail on this. Now, when I talk about rings, I'm not talking about the cameraman's ring, by the way, or my ring, although I do want to have a look. But what I do want to point out is when somebody mentions to you sapphire, everyone thinks blue, okay? But that's not always the case. Sapphire comes in many different colours. You can have a yellow sapphire, you can have pink sapphire, you can have white sapphire, as well as other colours too. So, and here's an example of what I'm talking about. Here's a beautiful, beautiful cluster ring. We have our main yellow sapphire there, surrounded by beautiful diamond clusters. Lovely, lovely ring, and different to what the norm is as well. And that's what people are looking for these days, something that wee bit different. And that is, it's really, really nice. Then we have a traditional sort of style ring in a 3 stone. So 18 carat, 3 stone ring, just over 0.8 carats of diamonds, I think, in that ring there. That's going to sell for around about £500 to £800. This is going to sell anywhere from £800 to £1,200 or thereabouts. Really nice ring, and say something different. Now, some people might see this as a bit of a controversial piece. I think it's important that we all remember our history and we all remember even the bad parts. We've got to remember those, because if, like in the words of the famous David Irvine, if you forget your past, or if you forget the past, then you're condemned to repeat it. And it's important to remember the past, and that includes the bad parts. And this, especially in today's society, may seem controversial to people, but it's not going to go to some raving lunatic who's going to, you know, pounce about and yeah. It's going to go to someone who's going to appreciate this, and let it be a reminder of people of the really bad past that we had. And this is a, around the outside, this is M Price, okay, Avenue Auctions, dealer slaves. Now, it's dated 1838, Main Street, New Orleans, property of M Price Slave Auction, number 144. I don't know if the cameraman can get the details of the writing on that, hopefully he can. And on the back of it there we have, I'm trying to see, you know, I have no glasses, all slaves guaranteed in sound health. You know, that's a stark reminder of what used to go on. It's a reminder to our kids today who are growing up of the past that we had. And it's a past that should never be repeated and should always be condemned. But the unfortunate thing was that was just what was the norm then. But thankfully we've come away from those years. So this, as controversial as it might be, is a reminder of the horrid past that many people faced and many countries face as well. So, listen, we're open today, Monday from 10 through until 7, Tuesday 10 through until 5:30 for viewing. Auction starts at 6 o'clock. Remember, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all the social media outlets. We're now on LinkedIn as well. I'm all over the place. So, listen, if you're interested in something we've got this week, get down and view. I know it's a horrible day today, but get down and view if you can. But until next time, go for sold at Bloomfield Auctions.